Hi guys, Chris here, back on another video. So today's video is going to be about Nicole Arbour versus vegans versus Ashely Graham. So this video I want to talk about the different extremes we have in society today. So I want to start off with Nicole Arbour. So many of you know that she did a video called Dear Fat People about, was it 4 or 5 months ago now, where basically she just came out and attacked fat people. She just made fun of them. She didn't give them any useful advice at all whatsoever, and she was basically just making fun of, other people's health problems at her own expense to make views and to make money. And she's done another video. She's done a Dear Fat People too, which I'll link in the description below. And again, she comes out and mocks fat people, and at the same time she also mocks vegans. That's interesting. So she's on the internet complaining about fat people, but then she's complaining about vegans. Let me see, which food group or which group has the lowest BMI going? It's vegans. Vegans are the only food group which have a healthy BMI as a group. Vegans have a BMI on an average of 23. Every other single food group is in the overweight category. So a healthy BMI is 20 to 25, vegans are 23, everyone else is 25 plus. So think about this: if you're Nicole Arbour and you really care about fat people and you want to help fat people, then why on earth are you making fun of vegans? If anything, you should be using your channel to promote veganism, but why aren't you doing that? And it's just not that though. Veganism is the answer, just not to obesity but to heart disease, the majority of cancer, diabetes, atherosclerosis, Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, type 2 diabetes, even type 1 diabetes like what I have won't cure it but will improve it, and so on and so forth. The reason why most people in society are ill today are because they're eating animal products and they're not eating a whole food plant-based vegan diet. So on this one extreme over here, you've got Nicole Arbour, who's attacking fat people, making fun of fat people for views and money. But she's not given any real solutions, is she? And on the other side of the issue, you have people like Ashely Graham over here. Now then, if you don't know who Ashely Graham is, I feel a bit mean saying this, but she's essentially, an obese model or a plus size model. It's a factual statement what I'm making there. So she recently made headlines because she was on the front cover of Sports Illustrated, even though she isn't actually an athlete in any way, shape or form, and she is actually overweight and unhealthy. And I feel really sorry for people who are overweight today, because I used to be fat myself. I spent the majority of my life as a fat person. It's only since I've gone vegan that I now have a healthy BMI, and it's staying that way with 0 calorie restriction. I eat as much as I want and my body weight stays the same, but I feel really sorry for fat people, because people who are fat or overweight, they're here in the middle, and then you have these two extremes in our society. You have Nicole Arbour over here and people like her who are essentially attacking overweight people, but then you have overweight people over here like Ashely Graham and other models who, instead of trying to help themselves and help other people who are fat to get slim, what they're doing is they are actually advocating obesity and being overweight and being unhealthy. And a lot of these different models who are considered plus size, the fact is they are unhealthy and they are promoting ill health. Now then, if you look at these women, how did they get that way? They didn't get there eating a high carb whole food plant-based diet, did they? How did they get there? They got there, and they're still there because of animal products: meat, fish, chicken, eggs, milk and dairy, and fast food and junk food. That is why they are in the position they're in. But what they're doing is they're trying to say that I'm not a bad person just because I'm overweight, which is correct. Being overweight doesn't mean you're a bad person. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong about you. Doesn't mean that you're a horrible or an evil person. But what it does mean is that you need to change because you're unhealthy. It's as simple as that. When you're obese, you have much higher chances of type 2 diabetes. It's a good sign that you're probably on the road to heart disease. Your arteries being clogged. Your increased risk of cancer and all sorts. It isn't healthy. and the foods that you're eating that make you obese are the foods that will make you ill in many other regards. So when you have people like Ashely Graham, who's on, you know, the front cover of Sports Illustrated, you know, essentially promoting obesity and trying to say that it's okay, they're promoting ill health. So you've got, you know, people who are overweight stuck between these two extremes, from Nicole Arbour, who would make fun of them, and then Ashely Graham, who would, you know, see them stay obese like her. And to people who might, you know, be watching this and thinking what I'm saying is mean, or, well, what do you think? I mean, when she's on there, you know, well, if you look at her Instagram, she calls herself a body activist. You know, on a her Instagram and on different other pictures she does for, you know, magazines and what have you, you know, she's clearly obese. I mean, what is she kind of advocating? She's advocating that people, you know, stay obese. You know, she's not there, you know, going out and tell people to, you know, eat a vegan diet. So let's say if you're, you know, someone who's watching this and you are obese and you're really struggling to work out what to do, I have a very simple solution for you. Number one, it's quite simply this: go vegan. So what do I mean by vegan? I mean no animal products, so no meat, no fish, no chicken, no eggs, no milk, no dairy, no animal products whatsoever. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. Plenty of fat in animal products, stay away from it. So try to go vegan, no animal products. Number two, focus on a whole food, plant-based diet. So why do I say that? Well, you have vegan, but vegan isn't necessarily healthy, because there is a lot of processed junk food you can eat out there. So focus on eating whole foods, so, you know, rice, potatoes, sweet corn, broccoli, you know, fruits and vegetables, grains, etc. Whole foods. Number three, focus on high carb, low fat. So you want 80% of your calories to come from carbs, 10% from protein, and 10% from fat. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. The less fat you eat, the less fat you'll be. The more carbs you'll eat, the healthier you will be. It is as simple as that. And number four, just go out and start moving your body a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything extreme like running, which isn't actually good for the joints if you're overweight. Just go for a walk each day, get outside in the sun, and if you're watching this and you're overweight, I guarantee you that long term you will lose weight. And that's what I want you to focus on, is the long term. Short term results don't really mean anything, because anyone can lose weight short term, but what you want to do is focus on long term results. And if you stick with this diet, you will get slim long term. So if you're watching this and you're obese, please don't feel, you know, like you're an evil person or a bad person because of what, you know, Nicole Arbour and other people like her say. But at the same time, I don't want you to feel, you know, like you it's okay for you to stay the way you are because of people like Ashely Graham, because it's not healthy. I'm not saying that to be mean or nasty, but I'm saying that because I don't want to see people die unnecessarily. So please, if you're watching this and you're overweight, you're obese, listen to my advice. You will lose weight. I promise you you will lose weight. But in addition to that, you'll also decrease your rate of chances of getting, you know, heart disease, cancer, atherosclerosis, diabetes, Alzheimer's, irritable bowel syndrome, gout. And if you actually already have many of these conditions, you will actually notice them begin to reverse along with your obesity on a plant-based diet, most likely. So guys, I hope this was useful. If you want more information on this, I'd recommend you check out these different doctors. Dr. John McDougall, Dr. Neil Bernard, Dr. Michael Greger, Dr. Garth Davis, Dr. T. Colin Campbell, Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, Dr. Joel Kahn, Dr. Joel Furman, and if you check out these different guys, doctors, guys, they're extremely good at what they do. They have a lot of experience with, you know, patients who struggle with obesity or heart disease or cancer between them. Learn a lot from them. If you want, feel free to subscribe to my channel or follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at High Carb Jedi on all of them. Get to see what I eat each day, and start following what I do, or use what I do as a bit of inspiration to work out, you know, what you can eat. If you have any, you know, questions or problems, put them in the comments below. I promise I will respond. And remember, guys, go vegan. It is the answer to nearly most of our problems in life. If you are obese, you can stop being obese with a high carb vegan diet. You don't have to be stuck in that rut forever. So until next time, guys, God bless. Thanks for watching. I hope this was useful, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye now. Today's video is first of kind. This is my first ever Q&A video, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out the different questions from the Q&A video I did the other day, where I asked you what questions you had for me. So let's get into the video. So the first question is from Pro Designs, and his question is: vegans don't get zits right. Has the lowest BMI going. It's vegans. Vegans are the only food group which have a healthy BMI as a group. Vegans have a BMI on an average of 23. Every other single, and she was basically just making fun of, other people's health problems at her own expense to make views and to make money. And she's done another video. She's done Dear Fat People too, which I'll link in the description below. And again, she comes out and mocks fat people, and at the same time she also mocks vegans. That's interesting. So she's on the internet complaining about fat people, but then she's complaining about vegans. Let me see, which food group or which group. Hi guys, Chris here, back on another video. So today's video is going to be about Nicole Arbour versus vegans versus Ashely Graham. So this video I want to talk about the different extremes we have in society today. So I want to start off with Nicole Arbour. So many of you know that she did a video called Dear Fat People about, was it 4 or 5 months ago now, where basically she just came out and attacked fat people. She just made fun of them. She didn't give them any useful advice at all whatsoever. And